There's a study from Harvard that found people who understand exactly why they overspend, not just that they overspend, are 3 times more likely to actually change. Not willpower, not budgeting apps, just understanding the mechanism. Today, I'm going to show you the 10 specific mechanisms keeping your bank account stuck. And once you see them, you actually can't unsee them. Habit number 1. Your brain is addicted to spending, not to things. Most people think spending less means buying cheaper things. But the real move? Buy less, often. Here's what's actually happening. Your brain gets a little hit of dopamine every single time you make a purchase. Swipe, tap, click, done. It feels good for 2 seconds. And the more you do it, the more your brain craves it. Not the thing you bought, just the act of spending. So instead of cutting your favorite things out of your life, just consolidate. Buy in bulk, plan your trips, reduce the frequency, not necessarily the amount. Example, if you grab a $3 sparkling water every day at lunch, that's 5 transactions a week. Buy a 12-pack Sunday night. 1 transaction, same thing. Less swiping. This isn't about saving $5. It's about retraining your brain to not be in a constant spending loop. Habit number 2, fix the story you tell about yourself. This one is uncomfortable, but it matters more than any budgeting trick. If you walk around telling yourself, I'm just bad with money, guess what? You'll keep being bad with money. The identity you hold about yourself directly controls your behavior. If you joke about being a shopaholic, if you laugh about how you can never save, if you've made I'm broke part of your personality, that's not cute. That's keeping you stuck. The goal isn't to lie to yourself. It's to stop reinforcing the wrong version of yourself. Start small. 1 week where you say, I'm someone who's getting better with money. That's it. Your brain will slowly start to catch up. Habit number 3, open your bank app and actually look. I know, no one wants to do this, but your bank statement is basically a diary of your emotional state for the past 30 days. Look at what shows up. Look at when it shows up. Did DoorDash charge you 4 times the week you had a rough week at work? Did Amazon show up on a Sunday night when you were bored? The numbers tell the story your brain was trying to avoid. You don't need to feel shame about it. You just need to see it. Because you cannot fix something you're pretending isn't there. Habit number 4, make budgeting something you look forward to. The word budget makes people feel like they're being punished. It doesn't have to feel like that. Pick 1 day a week, maybe Sunday evening. Make some tea, sit somewhere comfortable, put on music if you want, and just check in with your money. What came in? What went out? What's actually going on? Reframe it. This isn't restriction. This is you being in control instead of money just happening to you. When it becomes a ritual instead of a chore, it actually sticks. Habit number 5, stop treating sales as savings. Every time a retailer puts something on sale, they're not saving you money. They're creating a reason for you to spend money you weren't planning to spend. A 40% discount on something you didn't need isn't a deal. It's a $60 loss you feel good about. Amazon, Zara, every app on your phone, their entire business model depends on you confusing spending with saving. The moment you separate those 2 things in your brain, impulse buying drops dramatically. Simple rule. If it wasn't on your list before the sale existed, it's not a saving. It's a spend. Habit number 6, stop saving. What's left over? Most people do this. Get paid, pay bills, spend on stuff, save whatever's left, if anything, and then wonder why there's never anything left. Here's the fix. Flip the order, get paid, then save first, then do the rest. Set up an automatic transfer, even $50, even $25. That moves out of your account the same day you get paid. Put it in a separate bank account, not just a separate folder in the same app. A different bank, somewhere you can't casually transfer it back at 11 p.m. on a Friday. When you never see the money, your brain adjusts to working with what's left. It actually works. And over time, you'll start seeing that number grow, and that's when the mindset shift really happens. Habit number 7, understand that your broke habits are profitable for everyone else. This one hit me hard when I finally got it. Every time you give in to a random craving or an impulse buy, someone else is getting richer off of it. Companies spend billions every year studying your behavior. They know when you're most likely to order food delivery. They know when to send you you left something in your cart email. They know exactly when to hit you with an ad. You are not just spending money. You are funding someone else's wealth building. That doesn't mean you can never spend on things that bring you joy. Of course you can. But If you're also trying to save, trying to pay off debt, trying to stop living paycheck to paycheck, and you keep giving in to every small impulse, then you are genuinely making it harder for yourself and easier for them. Once you see it that way, those small purchases start looking very different. Habit number 8, think in hours, not dollars. Here's a simple one that's weirdly powerful. Stop looking at a price tag and thinking $80. Instead, convert it to time. If you make $20 an hour, that $80 thing costs you 4 hours of your life. 4 hours of waking up, showing up, dealing with whatever your job brings. Is that item worth 4 hours of your actual life? Sometimes yes, absolutely. But a lot of the time, the answer is no. This isn't about being restrictive. It's about making purchases on purpose instead of just on autopilot. Habit number 9, budget for reality, not for the perfect version of yourself. Stop making a budget based on the version of yourself you wish you were. I'll cut out coffee completely. I won't spend anything on clothes this month. I'll cook every meal. You last 2 days and then you break. And then you don't just break the budget, you blow it up entirely because you feel like you failed. And then you go right back to square one. Again, the fix is to build a real budget, one that includes the coffee, one that has a shopping line, one that accounts for the fact that you're a human being. Budget for your actual life, not for a version of your life that doesn't exist. A budget you stick to is infinitely better than a perfect budget you abandon every month. Habit number 10, teach yourself about money. No one else is going to. This is the one people skip the most. They assume money is too complicated, too boring, too overwhelming. But here's the thing. You're already watching videos like this one. You're already curious. That's actually the hardest step. The rest of it, it's just reading, watching, slowly building knowledge. And the more you understand about how money actually works, compound interest, how credit card debt accumulates, how investing even small amounts over time can grow, the less scary it feels. A 2024 TIAA Institute study found that people with higher financial literacy retire with 25% more wealth. Not because they earned more, but because they made fewer expensive mistakes over time. Confidence comes from knowledge. Most of our bad money habits come from not understanding how money works and just avoiding it. The solution isn't to suddenly love finance. The solution is to just stop avoiding it. Here's what I want to leave you with. None of this is complicated, seriously, but it does require you to be honest with yourself about your habits, your patterns, and the stories you've been telling yourself. You're not broke because you're bad with money. You're probably broke because nobody actually taught you this stuff. Autopilot can be reprogrammed, one habit at a time. Comment right now. Actually type it out. Which one habit are you implementing this week? Not someday, this week. I'm going to reply to every single one in the first 24 hours. And if you're new here, this channel is about real money conversations. No hype, no fake promises. Just stuff that actually works. Subscribe if that's what you're looking for. See you in the next one.